Van Jones was on Tavis Smiley's program, and he explained what happened with that 9/11 petition and why he stepped down. So let's look at clip number 4 and come back and talk about it.
Let me just throw a few things at you. These 9/11 truthers. What did you make of that story that started this ruckus about Van Jones in the White House?
Well, I learned a tough lesson on that. First of all, let me say what I actually believe. I believe that 9/11 was a conspiracy by Al-Qaeda and Osama bin Laden and nobody else trying to hurt America. What happened to me on that, tough lesson learned for me, 6 years ago I was at a conference and people came up to me. They said, hey, we represent 9/11 families. I'm like, oh, okay, good to meet you. They said, we need your help. Will you help us? I said, sure, whatever you want. And then these people, I didn't know what their agenda was. They went and put my name on some abhorrent, crazy language they never showed me, I never saw. And it just sat there on his website for, years. Somebody discovered it, and then boom. So people actually believe that I actually signed on to something I never saw, never signed on to. And that became a part of this whole firestorm. I decided at that point that I needed to resign because I was becoming a distraction. And from my point of view, the President of the United States deserved to be able to talk not about my past and everything I either did or didn't do, but about America's future. And so I chose to step down.
That was solely your decision?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they didn't call me, I called them, And you got to remember, for some people, politics is, this whole gotcha game, cage match, all that kind of stuff. For me, this is life or death stuff. I know people who don't have health insurance. I know people. I've known people who went without health insurance for themselves, trying to keep food on the table. Here you have a president trying to get doctors to babies. And the moment that he's stepping forward, trying to fix one of our biggest problems, people start throwing me as an issue. And I said, you know what? Your tendency is to want to get out there and fight. I'm going to clear the record. This is not true. That's not true. But all that would do was make the distraction bigger.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I mean, it's kind of a weird thing to say, but what does that mean, distraction? You didn't want to fight with the truth. Look, I like Van Jones. I've interviewed him before, not on this show, but on Meet the Bloggers. And he's a good guy. He fights hard. He's a smart guy. Now he's apparently going to be involved with Princeton somehow. He's going to Center for American Progress. I love that they hired him and that they're standing behind him because he's a guy with a lot of expertise in green jobs and et cetera, et cetera. But this whole idea of you just become a distraction if you tell them what actually happened, that's terrible. That's weak sauce. And my sense is that he didn't just up and decide that on his own. So I have to be honest, I'm not even really believing what he's saying there. I think somebody came to him and said, you're a distraction. You better get out of here, right? And he bought it. And look, maybe he had to buy it. I don't know. But my instinct would be the first one that he mentioned is to fight. And you know what? You become a bigger distraction if you bow your head and you exit, in which case it seems like they were right and you never even told people that you didn't sign the petition until now, until months after you left the White House. I mean, I know that's established wisdom in Washington. That's what you're supposed to do. But I don't believe in that wisdom. I don't think it makes sense. And I don't think that's what Van Jones should have done. JR.
Well, at first I thought you were saying you didn't buy that. He thought that's, I mean, either way, first off, that you don't buy that makes any sense. Because I think that's the way a lot of people would think. I don't buy that he came up with that, though. I agree with you. Number 2, doesn't he have a lisp? I didn't know that. Did you hear a slight lisp the whole time? It's just something I noticed. No, it caught me off guard.
That's all?
That's all.
Okay.
That was weird. It's one of those things you notice.
Yes, he does. Okay. All right, so that's Van Jones for you guys. But he'll be back in the spotlight a lot more now. Now that you did the requisite several months, okay, you hush up and don't talk to people, don't tell them your side. It's a classic Democrat move. Shush, don't tell anybody what the reality is. Don't defend yourself. Just take the bullet and lie down dead and then come back sometime later when nobody's paying attention. And guess what happened? Of course, Glenn Beck came out yesterday. I overheard the show live where he's like, oh, Van Jones, our communist is back. Okay, yeah, all right. You know what I think. I mean, look, you're going to make me play this clip?
Our formula is this. We go out, we hit people in the mouth. Number 1.
And that used to be Van Jones' formula. Okay, he should have brought that formula back.